Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a beautiful landscape for you. I thought I'd share it with you. I want to talk to you guys about the reserve currency that China and Russia are putting out based off of a tweet, but I want to tell you some great news. Great news. The White House has figured out a way to get us out of recession, and that is by changing the definition. So what I did is I figured out some definitions too, and it's really neat. I mean, pretty much if you think about it, all you got to do is change the definition. You know, as the past used to be, a recession was identified as 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And now you can just say, well, it's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Just so you know, my new recession indicator is 2 or more consecutive quarters that Biden doesn't fall off his bike. All right, so there you go. There's that one for today. All right, let's talk about reserve currencies and a tweet that I saw come out. And it was entitled, the tweet to me was saying, China and Russia just can't come up with the reserve currencies. Or actually, the tweet said, countries cannot just make up a reserve currency. And that's actually not true. When the US did theirs, they had something to offer. The world needed an answer, and there was all kinds of turmoil, and the United States used a time in history to pretty much stronghold a lot of other countries and put them into a position where they said, you're only going to buy oil, and which in turn turned into other commodities with US dollar. Now, right now, China and Russia have the ability to absolutely make a reserve currency and force other people to use it. And I'll give you an example. What we just saw with Russia and the European Union trying to strong arm Russia and destroy their currency after they moved into Ukraine, Russia pulled an amazing move. You see, Russia understood that they had something that other people, especially countries like Germany inside the European Union, needed desperately, and that's natural resources. So what did they do? They said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, since you're putting all these sanctions on us, we are going to force you, and the ruble was collapsing. If you want to buy something, a certain something, you're going to be forced to use rubles. What did that do? That caused countries that wanted to do business with Russia, because they would say, hey, not only are you going to be able to buy it from us, we're going to give it to it at a discount. So countries ran to go and buy rubles to buy the natural resources, and then it actually lifted the value of the ruble up. Well, right now, I want you to understand how very serious this is. China and Russia are 2 massive, massive economies. And not only the size of their economies are impressive, the natural resources that they hold and control are equally impressive. So yes, they do have the ability to combine their, not resources into like a bundle like an SDR, but what I'm saying is an agreement where they say, we're gonna come up with a new currency, and we're gonna say, if you want something from us, you have to use this currency. And I want people to understand how serious this is, because people are absolutely gonna use it, all right? So give you that little bit of a idea. Stand by. The flowers here are absolutely beautiful. The flowers are absolutely beautiful here, and you're not supposed to film here. There's coconuts literally floating in the water. I'm trying to stay incognito. Stand by. So I'll keep talking here. The point is here. People think that just because the United States has had this supremacy, this dollar supremacy over the world, that it's always going to be like that. But it's not. There's a day where it is going to swap out. And I believe that that day is right now. It's interesting that it's the 50th year anniversary that the United States, really 50th anniversary of Saudi Arabia inking that deal. Now I know we just passed that 50th anniversary, but you guys get my point. Of course, whenever the Ninja turns on his camera, everybody cruises by. I was cruising by earlier just doing stuff. Nothing. Ninja turns on the camera, people just come out of the woodwork. Let me flip the camera around real quick just to show you. The Economic Ninja loves tropical foliage. I used to have a palm tree farm. Holy cow. It is absolutely stunning. I can't even imagine in California being able to get these to grow. There's literally coconuts floating in the water. Financial prepper would know exactly what to do with those coconuts. Give me an idea down below what to do with those coconuts. My point being is this, guys. Now that a bunch of people have probably turned off because Ninja doesn't edit, I want you to understand how serious these times are. The US is losing its dollar supremacy. And as a matter of fact, if you look at it, the euro is a basket case. Well, since the euro is so tied so closely because of, swap lines with the dollar through the Federal Reserve and the ECB, right? These are two failing currencies. And even though the media the propaganda out there is they want to show you how horrible Russia and China are because they're afraid that you're going to start to see the real Wizard of Oz behind the scenes. I want you to realize that those two countries with their vast natural resources and they've been protecting those natural resources for decades and decades. Whereas like our country, the US, likes to just sell everything off, just give it away for nothing. They do not want to be independent, they want to be dependent on the rest of the world, giving you oil as an example. So I want people to understand that this is very serious and it's something that you need to be paying attention to. So what do you do about this? Well, first off, you understand how big of a deal it is, so you don't want to be in a market that's denominated in dollars and you want to have less exposure to it. So that's why I choose personally silver and gold. That's what I do. I believe the rest of the world is too, especially Russia and China. They've been massive, massive buyers, accumulators of gold. And I think that if you're in a society or a country that has a serious debt problem, the United States has a very serious debt problem, all those dollars are going to come home to roost, especially as these countries start doing trade deals in other countries' currencies like rubles, yuan, rupees, things like that, right? Well, now with this currency that the China and Russia has put together and said, hey, we're going to do this, I think that this is a massive threat because now it's not like you're just dealing in one country's currency. You're dealing in the combined military powers of two massive, massive countries, also two massive economies. All right, guys, so think about that. I think these times are getting pretty serious. I'm going to get out of here. I'm probably already pushing it over the edge right now. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.